Back to one-step equations. We've done addition and subtraction, and now we're going to do multiplication and division. Okay, let's start with multiplying. Start with wrong color, sorry. I'm using my black marker first. 2x equals 10. The steps to get x isolated and by itself is to do the opposite operation. If I'm taking 2 times x, the opposite operation would be to divide. So let me get my other color. What I'm going to do is divide both sides by 2. What I do to one side, do to the other. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that's 1x equals 10 divided by 2 is 5. Another question might be negative 2x equals 10. Now be careful because this is not a minus 2x. This is a negative 2 times x. And the opposite operation is not to add, it's to divide by negative 2. What you do to one side, do to the other. Now, a negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 2 divided by 2 is 1, leaving 1x. And then 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. So be aware, if there's a negative in front of the 2, or the number, that does not mean minus, it means negative 2 times x. Okay, the next one, divide. Say I've got an x divided by 2 equals 10. Well, the opposite operation for division would be multiplication. So I'm going to times 2 on both sides of the equal sign. A times 2 and divide by 2, let me switch colors, will cancel out, and x is isolated by itself, and it equals 10 times 2, 20. You may also see it in a fraction form like this. 1/2 x equals 10. And 1/2 is the same thing as dividing by 2. So if you see it in this form and your numerator is a 1, you can change it to x divided by 2 if you like. But what's actually happening here, to get rid of a 1/2, we multiply it by the reciprocal. You'll get this next year, times 2 over 1. And if you recall, cross-reducing, 2 and 2 can become a 1 and a 1. And top times the top, 1. Bottom times the bottom, 1. And 1 divided by 1 is 1. And what do I get? 1x equals. Now what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So if I times 2 over 1 on the left, I got to times 2 over 1 on the right. And multiplying fractions ain't no problem. It's the top times the top, and there's no bottom. So what do I put? I put a 1. 10 over 1 still equals 10. So top times the top, that's going to equal 20. And bottom times the bottom, 1. 20 divided by 1 is 20. So you'll get the same answer either way, but I like the top one. It's more efficient. Okay, let's get started on some practice.